सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। So we are doing, this Kriya Samavaya Abhavacha Atmanaha Kartritva Anupapattehe. That is where we are. That is the topic. So here the topic is, see, there is no Samavaya. Samavaya means cause and effect relation, causation. This causation is not there. It's all right. Some noise, some causation, awareness and action. Between awareness and action, between the self and action, there cannot be any samavaya. Some kind of connection. Causal connection is not there. And therefore, Kriya Samavaya Abhavacha Atmanaha Kartritva Anupapattehe. The self cannot be an actor, an agent of action, because there is no connection, there is no causal connection between awareness and action. Because movement, can be found in a form, in an object. An object can move. It's very, very natural. But awareness cannot make him move. Therefore, awareness being all-pervasive, awareness being non-physical, movement is physical, whereas awareness is non-physical. Now, between the non-physical self and the physical movement, between the two, there can't be any cause and effect relationship. This is the topic we are doing. So, Kriya Samavaya Bhavacha Atmanaha Kartritva Anupattehe. We have also seen that the Purvapakshi makes an argument that even though the self itself does not move, does not act, but its presence can influence the objects to move. Self doesn't act, but the self can influence by its presence. Its presence can influence the body to move. This kind of argument. This is called, the self doesn't move, but it makes others move. Karayata. Atma may not be karta, but Atma is karayata. Atma karta nahi hai, lekin karati hai. This kind of argument he is putting up. Sannidhana matrena. By mere presence, by mere proximity of the self with the body, Raja Prabriti Nam. He gives an example here. The example like a king doesn't work A king does not do anything, he just, remains in his simhasanam. But then, the king, etc., their very presence makes everybody do. So, the king may not be karta, but he looks to be karayata. A very, very dumb argument. Raja Prabhritinam drishtam, it is seen. It is indeed seen in this world that king, etc., do not themselves do any action, but their presence causes others, prompts others to do actions. Raja Prabhritinam drishtam kartritvam. So in that manner, indirectly, a king is a doer. Even though he is not a direct doer, but he is an indirect doer. That indirect doership is what is called karayitritvam. Karayitritvam. And karayitritvam also has to be taken as kartritvam. Iti chet na. So this is the argument put up by the Purupakshi. So just as a king, even though he does not do actions directly, but his presence prompts others to do actions. In the same manner, the self also, though does not do actions directly, but definitely its presence prompts the body, etc., to perform actions. In that sense, well, it has indirect agency of action. And this is the argument for which the answer is given, na siddhanta. Nahi sir, it is not true. Why? The example that you have given is right. But what you want to prove through the example, that's not true. You see, that the king's presence makes everybody act is true. But the presence of awareness makes everything move or do action, that is not true. You see. Why? Because the dhanadanadi uparjita vritya sambandhitvat tesham kartritva upapattehe. Up to that. The meaning is, king, a king always strikes a relation with the servants, the king's men. He gives them money and he employs them. So, he gives them money and employs them, and therefore they perform actions by the mere presence of the king. So there is a relation. What is it? So Swami Sambandha, the master-servant relation. Where there is master-servant relation, there the servants perform actions well by the mere presence of the master. That's acceptable. But between awareness and the body, there is no master-servant relation. In fact, every relation is based upon give and take. You see? Every relation is based upon give and take. If there is no give and take, then there is no relation. Either it has to be what we call material give and take, or it has to be emotional give and take, or it has to be some kind of give and take. But then if there is nothing, there is no give and take, there is no relation. So between master and servant, definitely there is a relation of give and take. So by the mere presence of the master, the servants can perform actions. But between awareness and the body, there is no master-servant relationship. That is why here he says, Dhanadanadi uparjita vritya sambandhitvatu tesham kartritva uppatte. Natu atmanaha dhanadanadivat shariradivihi swaswami sambandha nimittam kinchit chakyam kalpayitum. Up to that. It is not possible to imagine that the self has a master-servant relation with the body. You see, there cannot be master-servant relation. For example, between water and the wave, there is no master-servant relation. In order to have a master-servant relationship, there have to be two things, two realities. There have to be two realities. Now between water and wave, there is no master-servant relation, there is only reality-appearance relation. Reality appearance is not a relationship also really. There is no relationship. Wave is water. Wave is an ocean. Water is the truth. In that manner, the self is the truth. Awareness is the truth. And the body, the mind and the rest of the universe is an appearance in awareness. An appearance in awareness is a perception in awareness, call it appearance. I would prefer the word perception. Perception in awareness. It's just like a dream is a perception. One dreams in oneself. Dream is not another reality. It is not a reality other than the dreamer. The dreamer dreams everything out of himself. He is dreaming within himself. Therefore, the dreamer himself is the material for all that he dreams. So, the dreamt dream is not a reality second to the dreamer. In that manner, this waking awareness and the waking world, between the waking world and the waking awareness, between the body and awareness, between the mind and awareness, there is no master-servant relation. One is the truth, the other is the appearance. So, in the case of the king and the servants, there is a relationship of what we call master-servant relation. There is a give and take, there is a master-servant relation. So the king doesn't have to do anything. He has to be there at the workplace. He doesn't have to work. He has to be at the workplace. And everybody around is working. Whereas between the self and the body, there is no master-servant relationship. You can't say the self has given something to the body and then made it its servant. Natu atmanaha dhanadhanadiva vat shariradibihi swaswami sambandha nimittam kinchit shakyam kalpe. It's not possible even to imagine. In this creation, there are no servants. Actually, there is no master-servant relation. Between oneself, the subject and the body, there is no master-servant relation. Between one wave and another wave also, there is no master-servant relation. Where is it? Actually, there is no master-servant relation. Wave is water and the other wave also is water. Both are the same truth. Where is the master-servant relation? Where is the master-servant relation? Between man and man, there is no master-servant relation because every man is the same truth. Okay? Between God and man also, there is no master-servant relationship. Why? Because man is essentially not other than the truth. You see? You can't say ocean is the master and wave is the servant. Because wave is water, ocean also is water. Thus everything boils down to one reality, which is indeed the observer, which is indeed awareness, which is indeed the essence of every living being. Okay. Next. Mithyabhimanastu pratyakshaha sambandha hetu. So the relation felt, that I am the body, this particular thought, is only mithya abhimana. It is pratyaksha. See, mithyabhimanastu, this equation that I am the body, pratyakshaha sambandha hetu, is evident to be. Pratyakshaha means is evident to be, universally evident to be, the reason for the felt association with the body. The reason for the felt equation with the body, the reason for the felt association with the body is nothing but mithyabhimana, is nothing but a non-reflection on the obtaining difference between the conscious observer and the body, the form. Non-reflection between the subject and the body, the non-reflection between the conscious subject and the mind is the reason for the universal feeling that my existence is synonymous with the body. I am the body is due to non-reflection. I am the body, this feeling is due to this non-reflection. And any feeling that is felt due to non-reflection is called mithya-abhimana. Mithya-abhimana is this really. We suffer mithya-abhimana in life. How mithya-abhimana. He is my son. Mera uddhar karenge. Uddhar, in Sanskrit, uddhara means, ut means up. I'm translating it differently. Ut means up. Hara means taking away. Putting a person out is called uddhara. Naturally, the son is going to put the father out of the house. That is what is called uddhara. Ultimately, that is the uddhara. That is the only uddhara. अपने आप तो जाएंगे नहीं घर छोड़ के. But the son facilitates. Therefore, this is all mithya-abhimana. I say he is another individual. You are an individual. This creation, naturally, when you marry, then there is a child. That is a part of nature. You give him whatever you can. And then, once he is on his feet, then you liberate yourself. You see, that is what happens in nature. I have done what is to be done and let him fend for himself. I don't have to earn for his children. As a father, I don't have to earn for the son's children, children's children, children's children. This is called mithya-abhimana. Why is it there? Due to lack of reflection. Similarly, I am the body. This is also due to non-reflection. Okay. Etena yajamanatvam atmanaha vyakhyata. With this, we have clarified that even this yajamanatvam means, as a person who gets a ritual performed in his name. You see, Yajamana, he doesn't do anything, but he makes a priest to perform a ritual in his name. Even this is all relevant, acceptable, but it is only within the realm of non-reflection. Whatever one thinks within the realm of non-reflection is all mithya-abhimana. See, like whatever one does within the dream state is a dream. Is a dream. Like, you see, going in the dream is dreamt. Coming in the dream is dreamt. Climbing is dreamt. Pleasure is dreamt. Pain is dreamt. You get some money, that is also dreamt. Loss is dreamt. Pleasures are dreamt. Pains are dreamt. Therefore, until I wake up from the dream, whatever I do in the dream is a part of the dream. Similarly, as long as one does not reflect on the obtaining difference, the already present difference between the observer and the body, as long as one doesn't reflect, until he reflects, he may think that I have to get rituals performed in my name so that I will get some better future. Working for better future also is within the realm of that non-reflection. Says this also stands explained. Therefore, karma kanda is relevant within the self-ignorance. Karma kanda is not irrelevant, it is relevant. Like dream pleasures are relevant within dream. You see, dream pleasures are relevant within the dream. But just because the dream pleasures are relevant within the dream, they don't cease to be a dream. They're also a dream. What is useful in the dream, on the basis of its being useful in the dream, doesn't become a reality. Therefore, what is useful in the dream need not be reality. What is useful in the waking also need not be a reality. Why? Because, well, in the dream, the waking objects are not useful to me. They are not there. When I go to the dream, the waking is gone. I'm free from the waking. There is no waking. Similarly, when I wake up, the dream is relevant. Therefore, but still, even though what is the pleasures in the dream, even though they are also a dream, but yet within the dream they are useful. And as a dreamer, he looks for the pleasures. In the same manner, within self-ignorance, one looks for pleasures. One looks for a better future. He works for a better future because he thinks I'll be happy later on. That I will be happy later on is a thought that exists only within the state of non-reflection on the obtaining difference between the subject and the body. Now the next. Atra ahuhu dehadi vyatiriktasya atmanaham atmiye dehadau abhimanaham gaunaham na mithya iti chet na. So now here is an objection. See, these are all technical things. We have to look at them very patiently. Now we have three words. One is called the Satyatva Buddhi. You know, when you look at a lion, as a lion, you are not making any mistake. You see a lion and recognize the lion as a lion. This is what is called the right knowledge. Okay? You see a man with a lot of hair and cruel. You see a man, lot of hair, looking almost like a lion. Then you conclude that this is a lion. You conclude that this is a lion, real lion. What is it? It is a mithya jnana. It is erroneous knowledge. It is a wrong conclusion. A man looking like a lion is not a lion, he is still a man. But if I conclude that it is a lion, this is called mithya jnanam. And seeing lion as a lion, satyatva jnanam. That is a right knowledge. Okay? Seeing a lion-like man and concluding that it is a lion, that is mithya jnanam, wrong knowledge. Now if these two are clear, the third will be very clear. The third is called the gauna buddhi, gauna vritti. Gauna means you figuratively say. You don't think, but you only say. What is it? He is a lion. He looks like a, you know he is not a lion. You know he is not a lion. He is not a lion coming straight from the jungle. He is in South Delhi, West End. वहाँ पर लाइन कहाँ से आ गई, है ना? So he is a lion. He is a man, but looks like a lion. Therefore, you, in your jnanam, you know that he is not a lion, but he is like a lion. When he is like a lion, you can even say he is a lion. This is called figurative expression. Clear? Seeing a lion as a lion is right knowledge. Seeing a man who is like a lion and then concluding that it is a lion is mithya jnanam, wrong knowledge, wrong conclusion. But the third is gauna, called figurative expression. And that is, he is not a real lion, he is not an animal lion. He is a man, but he looks like a lion, and therefore I can say he is a lion, knowing very well. Because he is like a lion, I have freedom to say, I have reason to say, he is a lion, knowing well that he is a human being. This is called figurative expression. Clear? Figurative expression. In Sanskrit it is called gauna vritti. Now here is a Purva-Pakshiya Karmakandi who says, this universal feeling, I am the body, this feeling that I am the body, every person has the feeling I am the body. And this has far-reaching consequences. The entire struggle is only, it hinges on this notion that I am the body. It does not hinge on the notion that I am with the body, but I am the body. The feeling is not that I am in the body. The universal feeling is not that I am with the body. The universal feeling is not that I am inside the body. The universal feeling is not that I am associated with the body. The universal feeling is that I am the body. I have no existence other than body. Like, when supposing a person is living in a house, there you can say, I am in the house. I am inside the house. I am associated with the house. I am with the house. All these prepositions can be used. Why? Because there is knowledge that he is not the house. Prepositions I can say only when I am not the house. I am not the house. I am different from the house. Therefore, I can use prepositions like I am in the house, because I have existence even when I lose the house. I can get out of the house, come back to the house, like this. Therefore, I can say I am in the house, inside the house, with the house, associated with the house, on the house, etc. You can use all prepositions. Clear? But does man feel like that? No, he doesn't say I am, when man says I am, he doesn't mean I am in the body as I am in the house. It's not like that. I am the body. I am the body. I am the body. Therefore, if it is a figurative expression, I know this man is not a lion. I know this man is not a lion because I see the difference between lion and a man. But because he looks like a lion, therefore I say he is a lion. What is that expression? It is a gauna vritti called figurative expression. But here the difference is not, I am the body is not a figurative expression. I am the body is not like saying this man is a lion. It's not figurative. When a person says I am the body, he means every word that he says. He means it. When I say he is a lion, I don't mean it literally. I mean figurative. I see the difference between the man and the lion. But when man says I am the body, he means it. He doesn't mean to say, oh, when I say I am the body, I don't mean that I am the body, but I mean I am like the body. No, I am the body. Now the karma kandis. People perform religious rites. Why? Because there is a belief. There is a belief that after the death, I will be there. Now, after the death, I will be there is what? A belief. It's a belief. I am not this body. I am other than the body. The scriptures say, you are not the body. The scriptures say, even after the death of the body, you will be there. Therefore, perform some good actions so that these good actions will give you good results. Even if they don't give you good results now, but they will give you good results in the next life. Therefore, every religious person has the belief that I will survive the death of the body. I will have another body. Okay? This is all. This is all belief. This is all a belief. Now, based on this belief only one performs the ritual. But what is his experience? He may believe that he will survive the body, but the feeling is, I am the body. I am the body is the undoubted feeling. I will survive the death of the body is a belief. Therefore, even the religious people have the same feeling like others that they are the body. Therefore, I am the body is universal and it is not a figurative feeling. It is a literal feeling. It is a literal. Body is gone, I am gone is a universal feeling and there is nothing figurative about it. If it is a figurative, do you know what happens? Like, this man is a lion. He is not a lion, but he looks like a lion. I see the difference between man and a lion. But because of the similarity, I can say he is like a lion. I have no confusion. He is like a lion, not he is a lion. Supposing I say he is a lion, literally, then it is a mistake. It's a mistake. And therefore, this universal feeling that I am the body is not a figurative feeling. It is a literal error. It is a literal confusion. Why it is a confusion? Because a conscious being cannot be a form. Why? Because a form cannot be conscious. The one who is conscious cannot be a form, and a form cannot be conscious. Therefore, a person who is conscious of the form cannot be another form. Therefore, the one who is conscious of the forms is not a form. The one who is conscious of the body is not the body. The one who is conscious of the thoughts is not the thoughts. He is not a form, and as a non-form he cannot be limited. Why? Because only form is limited. The one who is conscious is not a physical form rooted in physical space. It doesn't have a given dimension. A given dimension is enjoyed by a given form. Every form has a given dimension. Consciousness cannot have a given dimension because consciousness illumines every dimension. That which illumines, that which is aware of every given dimension cannot have another dimension. That which is aware of every given dimension is free from all dimensions. In that sense, consciousness is unlimited. Thus, this person as a conscious being is unlimited. As unlimited he is Brahman. As unlimited he is free from time, is free from space, is free from form, is not a form, is not in time, is not in space. That is why he can transcend time and still be. What is inside time cannot transcend time and still be. What is in time goes with time, resolves with time. Whereas the conscious being doesn't go with the time, because when time resolves, that is also registered by consciousness. And therefore, this unlimited conscious being, if it is equated, if it is seen as the form, I am nothing but the form, the conscious being says, I am nothing but the form. Tell me, is it a figurative feeling or a literal feeling? It is a literal confusion. It's a confusion. It's a confusion. He is like a line is a poetry. He is a line is a poetry. Please understand. A poet uses figurative expressions. Enough. Able to follow. He is fire. What is it? It is a figurative expression. He is not literally fire, but he is like a fire. Therefore, I can say he is fire. Clear? But similarly here, when a person says, I am the body, he is not a figurative. He says, I am nothing but this form, the body. And therefore, this universal feeling that I am the body is not a figurative expression. Whereas the Purvapakshi says it is a figurative expression. His argument is, see, because man knows, he performs religious actions. What does he know? He will survive the body. If he knows that he will survive the body, that means he knows that he is not the body. That he is not the body, that he will survive the body. Is it his knowledge or is it his belief? Is it his knowledge or is it his belief? What is it? It is his belief. It is his belief. And beliefs are not to be taken into account when we analyze what the truth is. We have to only take into account what is evident. And what is not evident, you can't really take into account. And therefore, whether it is a religious person or a non-religious person, every living being is born with the thought that I am the body, and therefore it is a confusion. It is not really a figurative feeling. It is not a figurative. And that is stated here in this particular line. There is a lot to explain. And now please see. Iti chenna prasiddha vastu bhedasya gaunatva mukhyatva prasiddhehe. Gaunatvam and mukhyatvam. Gaunatvam means figurative. Mukhyatvam means literal. When I know the lion as a lion, it is mukhyatvam. When I say the lion, when I state a lion as a lion, it is mukhyatvam. I see it as a lion and I call it as a lion. This is called mukhyatvam. Means what? I have right knowledge. When I see a lion like man, I miss the knowledge that he is a man. Because of the hair, I conclude that he is a lion. What is it? It is a mithya. And if I know the difference between man and a lion, and then if I say he is like a lion and therefore he is a lion, then it is called gauna. See the difference? The gauna. Gaunatva mukhyatva prasiddhehe. I'll give another example. So this you have to be clear. I am trying my best to explain to the best of my ability. I am not Shankaracharya. Please understand. I am like you. Therefore, just I am trying to explain. I am not big Mandaleshwar. You have to capture it. One word is mukhya. The second word is gauna. The third is mithya. One is a moon. Moon is a moon. This is called mukhya, literally moon. Someone who is like moon, pleasant like a moon, let us say. That is called gauna. He enjoys one or two qualities of a moon. The moon is nice, pleasant. Similarly, a person who is good looking and sober can also be called Chand hai. You know, every mother says, Mera beta Chand hai. Mera beta Chand hai. Because he looks like the Chand. This is called gauna. Supposing he mistake the person as moon, literally moon, he is like moon but he is not moon. But if I mistake it as literally the moon, then what is it? Then it is an erroneous conclusion. Clear? Therefore here it says, the prasiddha vastu bhedasya gaunatva mukhyatva prasiddhehe. A lion, I know the real lion, and a lion-like man also I know. Then I can use the gauna expression that he is like a lion. Yasya hi prasiddhaha vastu bheda. The one who sees the difference. The one who sees the difference between a lion and a lion-like man, then he can say, he is like a lion and therefore he is a lion. He is a lion. When we say, it doesn't mean that he is a lion in the jungle. This is called figurative expression. Yasya hi prasiddhaha vastu vedaha. The one who sees the difference. Yatha, just as kesaradiman akriti visheshaha anvay vyatireka simha shabda pratyaya bham mukhyaha anyaha prasiddhaha. Up to that, see the meaning. Just as a person who sees the difference between a lion and a man who has got a lot of hair, etc., men, etc., and cruelty, etc., well, that person, he can say the figurative expression, he can use the gauna vritti. But supposing he doesn't know what is a real lion and what is this man, then seeing us, he had heard somewhere, he had heard somewhere A lion has a lot of hair, looks cruel, and he saw a man with a lot of hair and then the cruelty on his face, then he concludes that this is a lion. What is it? It is an erroneous knowledge. And therefore, to use the figurative expression, I must know the lion as a lion and a man as a man. I see the difference between the two. I know this is not a lion, but he only looks like a lion. Therefore, even if I say he is a lion, I have no confusion. Even if I say that he is a lion, I have no confusion because I know the real lion is different. He is only a man, but he has got qualities of the lion. But when it comes to this feeling, I am the body, it is not a figurative thought. I am the body does not mean I am like the body. I am the body doesn't mean I am like the body. He is a lion, he is like the lion. He is not the lion, but he is like the lion. When man says I am the body, does he mean I am like the body? No, I am not like the body. If one has to have the feeling I am like the body, then he must see the difference between the body and himself. I am like the body. To have this feeling, I must see the difference between myself and the body. Is this difference seen? No. One doesn't see the difference between one's existence and the body. Therefore, there is no feeling that I am like the body. In fact, the universal feeling is that I am the body, and therefore it is an erroneous judgment. It is erroneous judgment. Therefore, self-confusion is universal. Self-confusion is universal. Maybe it is true that we are the body, maybe it is true that we are nothing beyond the body, maybe it is true. No, it is not true. Why? Because the one who is conscious is stating that I am the form. Body is not stating that I am the body. It is the conscious being who is stating that I am the body, and that is a contradiction. It is a contradiction because the one who is conscious of the body cannot be the body. If the one who is conscious of the body, if that were the body, then any material object should also be aware. This is the logic. If conscious being can be the form, then every form can be conscious. Form is not conscious. Form is not aware of its own existence, understand? The table doesn't feel its existence. Its existence is felt in the conscious being. The body's existence is also felt in the conscious being. In fact, the whole universe, it doesn't feel its existence. That's called darkness. And Bhagavan says, Tamah prakashavat viruddha svabhavayoho. The darkness is this. The universe doesn't feel its own existence. The body also doesn't feel its own existence. It is the conscious being which feels the existence of the body plus its own existence. I am conscious. I am aware of my existence. I am conscious. That is feeling one's own existence. And also the existence of the body, I feel. I feel the existence of the world. So the existence of the universe and the existence of the observer are felt at the same point, the observer. The existence of the universe and the existence of the conscious being are felt in the conscious being. And therefore, that I am the form is a contradiction. Life is a contradiction. Life is nothing but this thought that I am the body. There is no life. Minus that thought, minus that equation that I am the body, where is life? When a person leaves that idea, that I am the form, and goes to sleep, that thought resolves. Sleep is nothing but the resolution of that thought that I am the form. It's not a process. It is just a resolution. The thought that I am the body resolves. Then the thought that I am the body resolves. Then what is life? There is only the truth. The conscious being is there minus the thought. And even the negation of that thought is one's own experience. Therefore, the one who experiences even the resolution of the thought, the one who experiences even the resolution of the thought has not resolved. That is the eternal. Therefore, life is nothing but this particular thought that I am the form, the eternal looking at itself as a form. It's an error about the truth. It's a wrong judgment about the eternal. Clear? Therefore, it is a contradiction. And presupposing this contradiction, whatever you do, you are not going to become happy. Presupposing this contradiction, whatever you do, you are not going to be happy. Because I try to build up my happiness on this contradiction. I try to build up my well-being on the basis of, on the foundation of this contradiction. And our scriptures come and say, my dear, you cannot find happiness anywhere, because that happens to be your nature. You better resolve the contradiction. The need is not to find happiness. The need is to resolve the contradiction that you have committed against yourself. You correct the contradiction about yourself. Educate yourself and break the contradiction. Get out of the contradiction about yourself. Clear? And therefore here he says, my dear sir, this universal thought that I am the body is not figurative thought, it is a clean confusion. Mukhyaha prasiddhaha tatascha anyaha purushaha prayikaihi kraurya shauryaadivihi simha gunaihi sampannaha siddhaha. Up to this is all example which I have already given. One is a lion, the other is a man looking like a lion. He can only be like a lion, he cannot be a lion. He cannot be a lion. Even when I say he is a lion, I mean only he is like a lion. That is called Gauna Vritti, that is called a figurative expression. He is a fire when I say I only mean he is like a fire. But when a person says I am the body, does he mean that he is like the body? In fact, he means he is the body and nothing else. It doesn't mean I am also the body. I am also the body also involves difference. Nobody has the feeling that I am also the body. All right, what else are you? We are also the body, then what else are you? What else are you? Oh, I am a doctor, I am an engineer also, I am a husband also, I am a son also, I am a rich businessman also. All those things hinge upon the body. You transcend the body, then what are you? In sleep, are you a doctor? If you don't get up, we have to take you to the doctor. See? Are you a doctor? Are you a husband? Why? Neither you are a husband in sleep, nor do you miss your wife. That is because truth doesn't miss any label. When you transcend label transcended is not missed. Label transcended is not missed. It's only when I think I am the label, then when it is not there, I miss it. And therefore, here is a tataschanyaha purusha prayikaihi kraurya shauryaadivi simhagunaihi sampannaha siddhaha tasya purushe simha shabda pratyayam gaunau bhavataha na prasiddha vastu bhedasya. And therefore, if a person doesn't know the difference between a lion and a man, and then if he mistakes the man as a lion, it is a confusion. But if he sees the difference, this is a lion, this is a man, he knows both of them separately. And because this man has got some qualities of a lion, and then even if he says this is a lion, this man is a lion, this is not a confusion, that is a figurative expression. It is a figurative thought. But human beings don't have a figurative thought that they are the body. They have a confusion that I am the body is a confusion, total confusion. How can you determine that it is a confusion? That it is a confusion is self-evident. Why it should be a confusion? Because the one who is conscious cannot be the form. The one who is conscious of cannot be the form. Because form is not conscious of itself. And therefore, that the thought that I am the body is a confusion, that it is a confusion is self-evident. That it is a confusion is self-evident. If I am the form, I can't transcend the form and still be. I leave this waking form and experience a dream form. I leave this form and the dream form and experience freedom from both. Freedom from both is as much an experience as even the experience of the form. This is what we need to capture. We think when we transcend both the form and the mind, when we transcend the body and the mind, when we fall asleep, we think it is just, our existence becomes nullified. And we think it is emptiness. Sleep is not emptiness. Sleep is one's being absolutely peaceful. It is a state of absolute peace. It is an experience pertaining to total freedom from name, form and thought. If it is not an experience, if it is emptiness, then that emptiness, what is the proof of that emptiness? Oh, it is my own experience. I say if it is your own experience, then it is experience, not emptiness. And the proof can only be experience. That I experience the waking. That is the proof of the waking. That I am experiencing the dream. That I experience the dream is the proof of the dream. And negation of both is proved by again the same experience. In sleep, I don't feel the waking. I don't feel the dream. What is the proof? My experience. And you can't question your experience. We can question what we experience. We can't question the fact that we experience. That I experience cannot be questioned because the experiencer is the truth. Truth cannot be questioned. It's not available. Not that it should not be questioned. It is not available for it. Because the very person who is questioning, the very conscious being, his existence can't be doubted. See? And therefore, here one says, my dear sir, this is not a figurative thought, it is a literal confusion. Iti simgunai sammannaha siddhatasya purushe na aprasiddha vedasya. Up to that, you can put a mark next. Na aprasiddha vastu vedasya. We'll continue the rest later on. This much you can understand. That is, we don't carry the thought. I know that I am not the body, but For a certain purpose I am associated with the body. ऐसा भी नहीं. And the other ideas, it is God's will that I am in this body. That is also not true. Confusions are not made due to somebody's will. Confusion is there. Confusion is due to ignorance of the fact. I am confused about a fact due to ignorance of the fact, not due to somebody's will. It is God's will that I am here. It is also a confusion. It is God's will that I am the body. It is also a confusion. Why should God will you to be? First of all, we have to find out what is God. Before we talk about God, we have to find out what is God. Is God another individual, big individual? God cannot be another individual. In fact, God has to be the truth of all individuals. If God is another individual, then he will be a taller man. He will be a taller individual. Able to follow, and therefore God is not another individual. God has to be the truth of the entire physical existence. He should be the truth of the entire physical, biological and mental appearance. Truth of everything is otherwise called God. Truth of everything is otherwise called God. God is a very, very what we call ambiguous term, theological term. God is a theological term. Satyam is etymological term which is self-explanatory. God is not self-explanatory. Satya means that which always is as the truth of everything. That is Satya. And therefore neither it is God's will. That I am an individual, that I am a form is neither God's will, nor is it a figurative thought, nor does it have some purpose, because confusions don't have purpose. Confusions have a reason behind. Confusion has a reason behind. And that reason is ignorance. You understand? If you mistake the rope for snake, there is no purpose. What is the purpose? If you mistake the rope for snake, what is the purpose? Like, you count like this, 2 plus 2, 5. You make a wrong conclusion. 2 plus 2 make 5. What is the purpose? It is a wrong answer, and a wrong mathematical answer doesn't have a purpose but has a reason behind. And what is the reason? I am stupid. I made a mistake. I was wrong in counting. Ignorance is the reason behind an error. Confusions don't have purpose. We all thought the earth is flat. Okay. Did it have a purpose? Or did it have a reason? Reason. I didn't know that it is round, therefore I concluded that it is flat. Therefore all wrong conclusions have a reason behind, not a purpose in front. Wrong conclusions have a reason behind, the ignorance behind, the non-reflection behind, non-understanding behind, not some purpose in front. And therefore, man's unhappiness, man's struggle has no purpose. Man's views about himself have no purpose in front. They have a reason behind, and that reason is that self-non-understanding. And that self-non-understanding, the reason behind the struggle, that which removes that reason behind the struggle through education, is what is called a scripture, a pramana grantham. Thus, these various scriptures, they are not some books of belief, especially the Indian scriptures. There are religious books which are only talking about a belief. They will say, all right, you do this, you will go to heaven, and then you will live with God. And God has got some new flats made for all his bhaktas. So you can go there and occupy flat in this manner. They are all books of belief, but Vedanta is not a book of belief. It is not making any promises in future. It only makes man look at himself, reflect about himself. Clear? Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Please come. Now. Oh Rama.
कैसे आप?
हरिओम जी, आप कैसे हैं?
आप बताओ कैसे? ठीक है?
मैं ठीक हूँ। आप ठीक है?
तबीयत खराब हो गई थी, मैं आपको दर्शन करेंगे।
मैं ठीक हो गया। ऐसे कुछ रॉन्ग डायग्नोसिस था, ऐसे कुछ दिन के लिए कर्म होता है ना,
रेस्ट करने।
किसी को मैंने बुखार दिया होगा कभी, तो बुखार हमको आ गया कुछ दिन के लिए, अभी ठीक हो गया। आप ठीक है? बहुत अच्छा। ओ रामा। No, you can ask now. During the class, problem.
It's not that easy.
I know.
None of these things are very easy. But when you talk about confusion and when you talk about, I think that I am me and
Yeah.
there's the confusion. The thing is, it's not such a simple confusion.
No, it's not a simple.
Everybody else perceives me as me.
Yeah.
Or
They have their body.
so it's not actually
Confusion about the objects.
no, it's not as if one person is confused to think that a man that looks like a lion is a lion. Everybody
Yeah.
thinks that that person is a lion. And therefore, how many, if you look at it scientifically, how many people are there that believe that no, that's not a lion? And then therefore, when we talk about realities sufficiently with realities. And so there's no what reality is. Reality is something that is perceived by everybody. Is it that is perceived by one individual? Because if one individual perceives something, you can call him mad or insane. But then how do you say that? Therefore, to call it that it is an illusion or it is a mistake, I don't know how natural is it to say that.
You see what happens. A mistake is a mistake whether one person makes or it's a universal mistake. There are always, we have instances where the mistakes have been universal. Like for example, going scientifically also, in fact the whole thinking has to be scientific in the sense correct.
Yes.
True to the evidence.
A determination of a fact.
Determination of a fact, whether it is a physical fact or a non-fact.
Yes.
Determining a fact true to the nature of the fact.
Yes.
That is being scientific.
Yes.
Scientific does not mean the determination has to be done on the basis of the sense observation.
That is
Need not be.
Somebody that determines that it's false.
No, supposing somebody else has to determine the conclusion as a conclusion, and it becomes subjective. Therefore, if it is available for determining, it is in the light of your own experiences, your thought that you are the body is false. Who is proving it to be false? Who is evidencing it to be false? Your own experience. For example, in the waking state, I live with the idea that I am the form, and then later on, I leave the form and have the dream. I don't carry this body into the dream. That means my own experiencing is evidencing the fact that I am not the body. And similarly, when I leave the dream and come to the waking, my own experience is evidencing the fact that I am not synonymous with the dream body.
Swami, just, if you are irritated with my question, please.
No. No, definitely not.
Fact when you are experiencing a dream, and you feel therefore that should form the basis of proving that this is not me. What I'm going to say that itself is also not illusory. You might experience a set of circumstances which allow you to, which get you to draw an incorrect conclusion. A lot of it only we believe in the whole Vedantic scripture. Again, what other people have experienced which they are passed on. There is, for example, if there was that one reality, that one truth, and all of us as individuals were not really the truth, the realization of one person is meaningless. Because really, if you are that one universal consciousness, then there are various parts of your universal consciousness that are still under a mistaken belief. It does not help because there is no use. It does not help for you to live your things. Unless there is complete unless, as you said, unless life by itself is paradoxical in the sense that if there is no equation, there is no life. And therefore, for the confusion to lose, complete life must cease to exist.
That need not. See, we have first of all define what is error, what is confusion. We have to have clarity about the nature of confusion. Confusion does not mean that it can exist outside the truth, because it's confusion about the truth. Therefore, nothing ceases to exist. You are determining what is wrongly determined becomes rightly determined. That is what is called the cessation of confusion. Therefore, neither the rise of confusion is a process in the sense that it is understood. It's not some kind of transformation and involving change, etc. Confusion is my vision of a reality, a wrong vision of a fact. And cessation of the confusion means right determination of the fact as it is. Now, just as confusion is universally felt, and the proof of its being false, that I am the body, this universal conclusion, the proof of this conclusion being wrong is also well supplied by the universal experience. One is universal conclusion, and there is a universal experience. Experience is not a conclusion. Experience is a fact. That I am aware of that I am aware of the body is not a conclusion. That I am the body is a conclusion, because contradiction lies there. That I am aware is not a conclusion. And if that is taken as the common fact, because to determine the false as false, what is real, what is false, I have to first of all, I must have a common reality in the light of which really I can judge what is real and false. And therefore the common factor is, the unnegatable factor is that I am aware. And in the light of that fact that I am aware, which is unnegatable, therefore that I am the body, if I am the body, then my being aware also should cease to be when I cease to be the body. When I cease to be the body, then I should cease to be aware. But when I cease to be the waking body, I am still aware of the dream.
When I cease to be the waking body as well as the dream, like the deep sleep, the deep state itself is an object of our experience. And therefore there is no negation of awareness. And therefore, in the light of the universal experience pertaining to the unnegatability of awareness, in the light of that unnegatable awareness, we judge that the idea that I am the body, the idea that I am physical, biological, even psychological, the idea is indeed false. The falsity of it is testified by the universal experience. The universal experience, if it is, like you see, science always says, this is real, this is false. And the common factor is sense perception. And if they doubt sense perception, then he is no longer a scientist, then he becomes a mystic or somebody else. So you don't doubt your sense perception. Keep the sense perception as the truth. And even any mistake that you make, you try to rectify it on the basis of again the sense perception. So just as a scientist keeps the sense perception as the unnegatable common factor, we say, independent of even sense perception, the experience is independent of even the sense organs. Like deep sleep state is an experience not gained through the senses. And therefore that is the experience that is there independent of the sense organs becomes the common factor in the light of which we judge what is real and not. So in this manner, science is scientific in the realm of the sense organs. Vedanta is scientific taking into account the unnegatable experiencer of the science. In that way, both are scientific, but the definition, for them scientific means it has to be presented before, it should be available for sense observation. We say a fact need not be available for sense observation. A fact is that which should be evident. Either it is sense evident or it is evident independent of the senses. The observer is not a sense object. The observer, I don't see the observer as an object of my eyes. The observer is the one who observes through the eyes the object. So the observer is not a sense object, but we can't doubt his existence. Observers, if you doubt the observer, then the observed also, how can we say the observed is true? You can't say physics is a fact, but the one who observes is false. How can
Which is when you are shifting realities. I give an example. You said, this is not real example. You take a flight. You tell the flight to jump. The flight has to jump. You break one of its wings. You say fly. So it has to jump. Those birds still go away. And that's supposed to be break off all the wings. The four wings are gone. We say fly. And it doesn't jump. That you might actually conclude that the fly hears from its wings, because it can no longer hear my commands. But that means which is the problem with observation also in anything.
That is within the sense observation.
Yes.
That is within the sense. But you see, I am talking about the one who saw the fly with the wings, without the second wing, without the other limbs. The observer of changes in the fly. That observer doesn't change. We are talking about the who cannot be shifted. You can't shift from observer to subject. And therefore the irreplaceable and the unnegatable observer, because without that observer, all that I observe has no meaning. Therefore, in what I observe, things can be shifted. I can shift from this side, from this point of view, that point of view. You can have a million points of view when it comes to the object that I observe through the senses. But in all those standpoints, the observer remains the same. So you can't look at the observer from different standpoints. Observer looks at every object from different points of view. But all points of view involve the observer. And that is the thing that we are talking. The observer is this property. And the observer, what is the proof of the observer's existence? He is self-proved because the observer is self-evident, because for everything, for the presence of the world, the observer is there. For the dream, the observer is there. For even emptiness, the observer is there, because emptiness also can't be proved without the observer. And therefore, first of all, you can't even doubt the existence of God. I don't have to prove it because there is no doubt about it. Therefore,
Would the observer be different to different people?
no, the same observer looks different.
Each observer will observe one area of observer, or like the observe things differently.
When observer, even though it is unlimited, the observer observed relationship also comes under the cause. Observer is, we use the word observer, this word observer, ER, observer, carries the connotation of an act of observing. So that connotation also comes under the cause. The observer is. And the observer-observed relation also is as much false as even the thought that I am the body. Because the idea of the observer-observed division, the idea of the observer-observed relation, also you transcend in sleep. And that means observer by nature is free from being related to the observer. And therefore the observer-observed relation also is an error about the observer whose actuality is freedom from even the division of observer and observer. So all these things are the topics. You can hear. You can hear.
Thank you.
If you like it, you can hear. These things one has to hear so that one can think about what it is all about. Because the Shastra talks very, very sensibly. There is something fantastic being talked about. Maybe there is something, let me hear. Because in belief we can't reflect. Because belief doesn't instill reflection. Because you believe and that's it. See, we believe so that we don't have to reflect. Belief, the purpose of belief is that you don't have to take so demand. You just believe and keep going. Belief is meant to see that you don't have to think. But that's not a big thing. Whereas these Indian scriptures, they say don't believe so that you can. So it's nice to study. Are you